All right, we backstock blasting again. This one it says epic and first. It's quite packed. I can barely even get my fingers in here. Oh my god. I literally can't get my fingers in here. Man, it's really packed tight. All right. That's professional racket over here, right? God. Oh. Jeez. Video Jack. Oh my. The indiness of the indie boxes. Blood. Jeez. I don't know anything about Video Jack. Blood a Tale. We just saw Blood. This looks gnarly. Quite gnarly. Martial Law. These are 1 through 6. Ugh. Some weirdness going on here. Again, I'm pretty sure this was like Marvel's. Let's just test this title before we put it on our actual brand. Starstruck. This is some weird looking covers. What am I even looking at here? Is that like a weird motorized vehicle of some kind? Sleaze Brothers. The Sleaze Brothers. Anytime, any planet, anything. Well, my. I don't care for them to elaborate on what that means. The Boz Chronicles. Some of these are runs. I'm not sure if we'll put them up as such or as singles because I don't have a complete run. We'll see. And more of these. Not very exciting. That's kind of an interesting looking cover though. Another cover that looks straight out of John Carpenter's The Thing. A favorite movie of mine. Law Dog. I don't know about you, Law Dog. Alright, there's a bunch of Dreadstar in here. I don't know how popular he is. I know I've sold these quite a bit before. Bunch of number ones. Huh. Jeez. I think I was trying to hold on to these to complete a run because I didn't have much hope of them selling as single issues, but I think they will. So I got a bunch of copies of each of these. That's kind of nice. It's number 4. Looking at my own sweater in the camera here. I promise I'm not a hobo. I'm going to pull my sleeves up. I've just been wearing the same sweater for like 20 years. You get attached to an article of clothing, it's hard to let it go sometimes. Got a ton of these. Plan M. What happened to all the other plans? Wow. Yeah. That's a freaky looking cover. Skeletal. Catman. Really not too familiar with Dreadstar, but it made it. Like a lot. Let's see what it goes up to here. About 60 issues. So it's got to be decent, right? It's It's got to be a decent read if it made it that many issues. He kind of strikes me as like a Warlord wannabe. Like maybe this was it Marvel's answer to the Warlord? I just found a box in the Horde full of Warlord comics. Like, it's an interesting cover. New old stock Warlord comics. So I was going to pull it out. So we might go through that here soon. And the Horde box unboxing series. It's pretty cool to see. There's a lot of new old stock. What up, Bone Daddy? There's a lot of new old stock in my Horde. And it's kind of cool to see just like, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 issues of a single comic all in near mint. Straight off the press. Untouched by human hand as it was. Dread Star. Like those fast Willie Jacksons. Good Lord, I've been selling those for big monies. That video didn't do too well, though. I have yet to figure out the old YouTube. I don't know if I'm doing a good job of it. That's weird looking. Oh my. Yeah, I haven't quite figured out. I haven't quite cracked the YouTube code. Maybe I never will. I'd love to get tons and tons of views on everything and be monetized and all that stuff. I just don't know how to get there. What is happening on this cover anyway? I don't know how interesting this box is going to be, so I apologize. What is that? That's some freaky looking nonsense bug, man. I can't quite pin down what the genre of this is. That's why I said it's sort of like the Warlord, because it's very much like space piratey. I don't know. Little bit of cyberpunk. I don't know what's going on with this series. I sure do have quite a few of every issue, though. What are we at, 25? Can't see it. 28. Have dupes of every issue, pretty much. I gotta be honest with you. No offense if you like Dreadstar, but these covers are boring for the most part. Just a bunch of boring looking dudes standing around. I don't know. Boxes like this, I'm kind of like, maybe I should just skip it. But who knows? I'm trying to make evergreen content so that people can just watch my videos at any time and enjoy them. So who knows? Maybe someday somebody will just leave me on and I'll be some kind of background noise. And then who cares what we're looking at, right? Jeez, like... It's kind of like cyborg turtle thing. I really can't pin down the concept of this series. I'd have to read it, I guess. I mean, this almost reminds me of, like, Thundercats or something. 50th issue. '51. That guy's freaky looking. Yeah, the art style really changes in the later issues too. I mean, that gives me like Micronauts vibes even. I don't know what I'm looking at. Excuse me. That's some Star Trek, Star Wars mashup. nonsense. Okay, jeez. Annual. Dreadstar and Company. Plan M again. I'm not really keen on the Dreadstar. Alright. What else we got in here? Nexus. Again, not very familiar with Nexus either. I'm familiar with him as in I know of his comic books, but I don't really know the story behind him. Again, this one has quite a lot of issues that were produced, so perhaps it's interesting. Wow, that dude's freaky looking. I like it. Man, these have been sitting for a long time. I'm glad I'm getting through this box. Speaking of that, if you're interested in anything you're seeing here, it'll all be up on my eBay store. For the most part, I think some of those like 1 through 6 sets I might hold back and not sell single issues just because, I don't know, they sell better as a run anyway. I mean, this one went up to like 80 issues if I'm not mistaken, Nexus. So it had to be decent. Boy, that's a thick 50th anniversary. Oh, this is all I have left of my buddy is his severed arm. Weird. A few more. Gotcha. Feel like nobody watches to the end of a YouTube video either. Like you hear a lot of content creators complain about that. I think it's just like folks these days, they have short attention spans. I can't seem to retain people for the whole video. I often wonder if I put something at the end like, here's a secret email address. If you email me, I'll give you free comic books. And no one will do it because nobody ever watches to the end of the video. Well, that's it for Nexus. I'll get that out of the way. Got a couple more stacks, little stacks here. The Badger. 70 issues. I'm the Badger. I don't know about any of this. I wish I did. Maybe that's why I stuck it aside, is because I was like, meh. It's really easy to get into that trope of just like, I only care about Marvel and DC and maybe like Spawn. You know what I mean? But I know that these are good reads. Like they might be even better than a lot of the stuff that Marvel and DC puts out. But because they're not so widely known, that's cool. They're not as popular. The Blue Moose. Oh, wait, that's Paul Bunyan, right? With his blue ox. I don't know why I called it a moose. It's one of those days. American Flog. Flag? Flug? Flagaga? I don't know why it's double G. This is also a very large run. I think I've got a full set of this up in my shop too, if anybody's interested. A complete run of American Flog. Well, that could probably be our splash page, right? My most, at least for views, my best performing video of all time was a booby splash page, as it was. But it didn't seem like people watched the video as much as they just clicked on it and then were like, oh, I got clickbaited. This is just comic books. No one cares. That guy's weird looking too. First sure did make some bizarre comic books. Anybody know about this stuff? Get out of here, Dust. Wimp. Yeah, you wimp. Well, what'd you guys think of this box? This, to me, it's kind of meh. But, who knows? Like and subscribe, please. Thank you. Catch you on the next one.